Hey everybody, it's Grant, and today we're going over, you guessed it, trigonometry. No, today we are going over Logan Paul and his blinged out, iced out, and pristine BGS 10 gold label Charizard that he wore for him and Mayweather's fight. So in today's video, I'm going to go over the 3 ways that he actually could have acquired this Charizard, shed a little light on this video, and see if we can figure it out. Wow, that's better. So here's the thing. We have been waiting months and months and months for Logan Paul and Floyd Money Mayweather to get in the ring and to duke it out. Here's the thing. June 6th, boom, they decide to get in the ring and finally make this fight that we have seen on our social media, on our Facebook pages, every possible where we look. It's on mainstream TV. It's just there. Hey, we're about to fight. Hey, when are we going to set a date? Hey, well, by the way, we set a date. Hey, watch. So they made this thing into one of the absolute biggest events that were actually on the tip of everyone's tongue, including mine. Look, I 100% believe that Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul are some of the biggest marketers on the planet. Logan has proved it from making mistakes in the past, fixing them over time, and then really proved it when he came out as not only a boxer, but as a collectible person as well. He ends up buying a $200,000 box of Pokemon cards, and now that same box from him auctions for over $1 million. I bought one. That's not the Doug Trio. But regardless, we'll get back to that in a second. I'm just saying, Floyd Mayweather is no chump himself. He'll tell you, don't come to me and ask for a Mayweather number unless you're me. And as far as the fight went a full 8 rounds and really gave you your money's worth on the pay-per-view. Now, I do have the same opinion as most on the internet. You know, the fight was eventful, but nothing super spectacular. You know, Logan Paul gave it his absolute heart. He had the eye of the tiger. He came after Floyd with everything he had. And then, you know, Floyd had said you got a lot of sound bites of how he was overpowered by his reach and his size and his power. You know, both of these fighters, by the way, Logan came out in tip-top shape. We've seen him on Instagram. We've seen him on YouTube. And then Floyd also came out in a phenomenal shape. So very proud of that. But you know, if we really were doing a video on the fight, which we're not, we would get into like weight classes and things like that. Because, you know, Floyd being the biggest person in the segment, 100% understand. Logan Paul being one of the biggest creators on the planet, and that he also is now a fighter, you know? So I do understand it. I understand you're not going to pick an opponent that is a small name, but truth be told, you know, maybe somebody Logan's size that has that same ability, but goo, you know, Mike Tyson would be a little scary in the ring. So regardless of all that, let's talk about what we came here to talk about. That BGS Pristine 10 broke my chain. I'm going to be covering the 3 ways I think Logan got one, and I even consulted my very good friend King Pokemon, so stay tuned for what's going to happen from that conversation. So when I saw Logan wearing the card, I absolutely did the first thing that I could think of. I texted King Pokemon and asked him if he had anything to do with it. So I'm going to let you know how that conversation went, and just stay tuned in this video. But right now, I think would be a good time to show you how I got such a blinged out chain for this video. One more piece. Ha. Yes.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm blinging out my Marowak slab.
You're bedazzling.
Okay. Bedizzle, bedazzle, but I blinged it out. Isn't it cool?
No.
Finished. Haters gonna hate. You just keep on hating. For my first theory on how Logan Paul got that BGS Pristine 10, we got to look back at an oldie but a goodie. Let's get into it. All right, so here we are in the computer, and right here is going to be the first indication of how he got that card.
Gary, I'm not so good at taking no for an answer, and I thought surely I could walk up in your house that you so nicely invited us in and give you an offer for your BGS 10 Charizard. After talking with you, I'm not even going to attempt to do that.
I hate to disappoint anybody.
I'm never disappointed. Nothing's personal. I get it. And I'm envious of your passion for the hobby.
Right.
I hope to have a sliver of that. And I'd like to believe maybe I do. But You know, the first thing you handed me was 7, 8 PSA 10 Charizards. I don't know if you're willing to sell those, but I am prepared to give you an offer that you can't refuse. Right now, I am prepared to give you $150,000 cash for just one of your 7 PSA 10 first edition Charizards. You once told me that you do what your heart feels. Right now, what is your heart feeling?
You know, what I'm considering is it's possible that I could care at this moment a little bit more about your feelings than my own, right? It's possible that I could.
Gary is that nice. So if I went to Gary and was like, please, Gary, like, and I was genuinely wanting something, he would just give it to you. He's so nice. So, all right.
I just might do it. But I want you to know it's not because of the money.
I love that. I love that, Gary. Is that a yes?
Yes.
So for my first theory on how Logan Paul got a BGS Pristine 10 Beckett, oof, which is what BGS stands for. But here's the thing, okay? I'm a little excited with this theory. Logan took Gary's card, which is beautiful. You can see a little bit of an issue right there. Gary's also sent most of his cards off numerous times to Beckett to get regraded. So I'm not saying this is the way it happened, but Logan Paul went and got the card regraded by Beckett, and it was upgraded to a BGS 10. There is my first guess. Let's get into my second one. Now, before we get into the second theory on how Logan got this card, I want to tell you, I texted King Pokemon. I talked to Gary. I don't know the answer, okay? I have my theories, and I made this video because I just thought, why not? I thought it was cool, and it makes the card's value go astronomical because that was the biggest stage since McGregor and Floyd Mayweather, you know, and so that card price, you know, to the moon. So here's the thing. I don't know the answer to it. I wanted to make sure you knew that because I don't want you to think I'm making this video knowing the answer, but here's the surprise. After Logan releases his video, me and Gary are going to do another one, and we're going to talk about the truth behind Logan's card, whether he sold it to him, whether any of my theories are correct, and I just want to know how Logan got his hands on it, and maybe one of these days, not for $1 million, but maybe, you know, Gary would part with one for me. Probably not. Gary likes me, but probably not that much. So before I watch Gary's video for the very first time, Logan Paul, Gary, King Pokemon, the BGS 10 Charizard, I haven't watched this yet. I haven't watched this because I wanted to make this video, and I was going to see if he would do a call with me for me to make this video. So that's why there'll be another video like this because me and Gary are going to do it together. My theory on how he got this Beckett Pristine Gold label, he bought it from Gary. That is my number 2 theory on how this happened. First one, the $150,000 Charizard, he got regraded. Boom, turned into it. Number 2 theory is that he did buy this one from Gary because, you know, Gary's getting older and he needs to enjoy his life. I've told Gary that. Graham's told Gary that. Steve's told Gary that. It's time for Gary to enjoy his life, and I would 100% back Gary if he said he did that. So let me get in this video. I'm going to only include the highlight of it if Gary says anything at all. So let me see what happens.
By the way, here on YouTube, I'm sitting at just over 9,000 subscribers. I learned how to figure that out.
Hey, so speaking of that, go and subscribe to Gary's YouTube channel. It's going to be linked in the description below. I actually spent, when we uploaded Gary's video and mine, I wanted to make sure he still got to upload it as a video, especially now that he is a YouTube creator. So we did a different intro and a different outro for his video. So please go hit the like button on either that video or something else. Hit the subscribe button for Gary. He's such an amazing person. So please do that. And let's get back into what Gary has to say.
Okay, now on to what all the messages were about. The Pokemon card he wore around his neck, the BGS 10, first edition base Charizard. Now, you all know that there's 3 in the world.
You all know I have 2 of them. Okay. The question now is that 3rd one. The 3rd one that Logan was wearing around his neck. Well, let me tell you something. There's a story. There's a story that goes with that. And there's a story that's going to be coming out real soon that we're working on. We, meaning that I always feel like I'm a part of Pokemon and Logan and that stuff, what he does. I'm not saying anything as far as, you know, where he got it, who he got it from, how he got it. That's all going to come out real soon. And I'm not going to say anything, you know, to ruin the suspense or to do anything besides, I don't know, how do you say it? I'm not going to give it away. I'm not going to give anything away. Do I know everything? No, probably I don't know everything. But I do know, after talking to Logan tonight, that you are going to know everything soon. And the story's going to come out. And the story is very, very possibly, gonna be.
Okay, so I know what's gonna happen. Now, I don't know. I'm taking a guess. So my second hypothesis, we're going fancy. My second theory was that he bought one of Gary's. Right now, I do not think that's true. Gary didn't hint that to me at all in our text and calls. But here's the thing. And what I was trying to say earlier, pause. What I was trying to say earlier was I spent like an hour showing Gary how to work YouTube and how to upload videos and stuff. So it was his first edited with a thumbnail video. I helped him load some ones like why he's poorer than Graham Stephan thumbnail. He has one for this one and he should put it on there because this video is doing amazing. And it's a great video. I love Gary. I love his personality. But my theory was that he bought one from Gary. No longer do I think that. But what I do think is going to happen is Logan Paul wore the Charizard around his neck. He's got 6 boxes. I bought into 1. Boom, he's got 5 left. He's about to release his next his next box break, because all I can get out of that is a pack. It's expensive. But he's going to do that, and that's where this is all coming into play. So in Gary's video, he did not share any juicy details that we didn't know, but stay tuned for me and Gary discussing the BGS 10 pristine gold label in a future video. Look, I've now upgraded my thought process to now Logan Paul is doing this to release his next box break. I'm sure y'all already thought about that, but I had that epiphany. I'm throwing some big words out there today. I couldn't spell it, but I'm throwing that out there because while watching the video, he's got 5 more boxes. The fight was way more important because that's his body and he doesn't want to get hurt and he wants to make sure he performs well. So boom, that's how we're going to do the next box break. Will I be a part of it? I don't know. That Doug Trio hurt. So anyway, my third and final theory on how Logan Paul got that Charizard. Of course, he went out, found it, whoever got it, and he bought it. Or, let's do a bonus one, right? So hold on, I got a bonus one. But so what I think the last theory was, I'll repeat that, is Logan Paul just went and found out whoever got it whenever he had, seen that the BGS 10 showed up. So now there's 3 in the world versus Gary's 2. He went and purchased it. The 4th version would be that, he bought up a bunch of shadowless, very, very good quality condition Charizards, and then he sent them all off and, he got lucky. Is that what happens? That'd be tough because, most people put them in a binder, didn't know any better, and they got beat up. But overall, that is my 3 plus a bonus theory of how he got his BGS Pristine 10 gold label, not black. None of that exists. If it did, that card would be epically expensive. And let's be honest, I'm poking fun right now with my arts and crafts, Marowak. But, it's kind of falling apart. Bad jeweler. But let's just be honest, Gary values his 2 cards at over $1 million. Now would he sell them? No. But at the same time, that is a pristine 1 of 2, right? Card. Now 1 of 3. So, comment below. I would love to know your thoughts. What do you think that card is worth? A PSA 10 first edition Shadowless Charizard is worth about $300,000 to $500,000. The market has been trending down. I have a Beckett 8.5. So I have a Beckett 8.5. I would send it off to try and get it upgraded, but the Surface is a 7.5, which means it's going to be a little tough. I paid, I think, $27,000 for that card. I would have put it around my neck, but let's be honest. I didn't want to try to be Logan Paul. I was just having fun, right? I wanted to bling out, you know, a Pikachu or something, but I only have one slab Pikachu and it's signed. So I was like, nah, I'll do this one. So anyway, comment below what you think that Charizard is worth. I would love to hear your thoughts. Here's my number. Now that he put the Charizard around his neck, not including the diamonds, but you can leave the diamonds, you know, $4,000 or $5,000, $10,000 worth of diamonds. They didn't look huge. I don't think it was on a diamond chain, but if it was, that's even more. So call it $40,000 in diamonds, because it doesn't matter. It's $1 million card. So, my number on that card, if the market was to hold, that is the card that was fought in the Mayweather fight. Oof, people are kind of kooky. They are willing to pay for that. It doesn't have his name on the slab. $1.3 million. I'm going to go with that. I want to say with that provenance, boom, $1.3 million is my guess. Comment yours below. That's it for the video, guys. If you enjoy videos like this, please power up that like button, hit that subscribe button, and notification bell. We post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I'd love to see you there. I answer 99% of all comments, and I try to make sure I respond to each and every one of you, so I'd love to get some comments from you, and I would also love to respond. I hope that you have a fantastic afternoon, and remember, I 100% believe in you. I know you can do anything that you set your mind to, and never let anyone tell you any differently. I hope you have a fantastic afternoon, and I will see you on the next one. Here's the thing. We all saw the Logan Paul, oh my God, I'm going to hit myself in the head with that Dragon Ball.